Welcome back to the Napoleonic Stacking Channel. I'm the Napoleonic Stacker, and in this video, we're going to talk about the best silver to be stacking now. Stay tuned. So to determine what type of silver you need to be stacking right now, you first of all have to know what kind of stacker you are. From my experience, there's 3 different stacking strategies, and we're going to cover those today. There are circumstances as well that may cause you to move back and forth between strategies as world events move and as we see availability for certain types of silver to be squeezed and other types of silver to be more readily available. So the first strategy is buying the coin of your country consistently. So wherever you live, whatever your bullion coin is, that's what you're going to be buying on a regular basis. And here in the United States, that coin is the American Silver Eagle. So this is the most popular coin in the US, and it's also the most recognizable and the most liquid. Now, basically, if I subscribe to that strategy, I'm going to be buying nothing but American Silver Eagles month after month, year after year. And that's a sound strategy that works for many people. Also, as part of that strategy, some people branch out and they'll buy Canadian maples to the north, and in some cases Mexican libertads if they can get them for a good price, because those are all the most common coins in North America. If you lived in Europe, say in Austria, that would probably be the Austrian Philharmonic, and you may branch out and maybe pick up some Britannias as part of that same strategy. Now, there are some pros and some cons to that strategy. The pros being you have a very liquid stack of recognizable silver that you can offload at a moment's notice. There's one really big con to that strategy, and that being back whenever I first started stacking, Silver Eagles were only about $1, $1.50 more than your foreign government bullion, a couple of bucks more than a traditional silver round. And now we've got into a situation where the U.S. Mint is having a silver shortage. They're canceling bullion programs like the Morgan and Peace Dollar Proof program because they don't have enough silver planchets to be able to produce the coins. And there's a real silver shortage when it comes to the U.S. Mint. Other governments are doing a better job of being able to produce silver on a regular basis to be able to meet demand. So those Silver Eagles that I was buying back in 2018 for 20 to 25% premium are now between anywhere from 51.2% all the way up to 63.4% premiums. And this is taking a look at finebullionprices.com. These are the lowest prices you can get American Silver Eagles for. And with premiums being as high as they are on that particular coin, it makes it very unattractive to purchase. Because if you've done any research as far as resellability, yes, they're absolutely liquid. You can offload American Silver Eagle very easily. But what you get back from the coin, what the dealer is actually going to pay you on this, is not going to come close to the premiums that you've paid. Silver is going to have to appreciate drastically for you to recoup that 51.2 to 63.4% premium. And as far as the Canadian maple, another very recognized coin that is very liquid in our country and of course in Canada, its premiums go between 27 and 36% as of today. So right now, if you are subscribed to Strategy 1 and you're only buying the bullion coin of your country, especially the US, you're paying through the nose for your silver. So what are some other strategies? Well, strategy number 2 would be buying what you like. And in my opinion, that can be a very dangerous strategy. Buying what you like and what you want all the time ultimately can lead to inconsistent stacking. You'll have items that are hundreds or thousands of percent higher premium than the cost of silver. And then you may have items like, silver buffaloes as part of that strategy where you're paying very low premiums for. And the thing is, it's very inconsistent. You don't really have a plan when you're just buying whatever you want. You have to think about your exit plan, your resellability, what you want to do with it down the road. And if you're going to sell this stuff at a coin shop or a bullion dealer, and you've got some fancy Napoleon, super high premium coin like I do, I have the expectation when I take that to the coin shop that I'm probably not getting much more than spot price for it. That coin may be worth so much more to you. You may have spent so much more on it, but if you take it to that shop and it's way over spot, likely you're not going to get that premium back. So in a strategy where you just buy whatever you want, that's the danger that you run into. Now, if you're keeping the silver, if you're passing it down to someone else, or you're buying it just because you love it, that's a different story altogether. But if you have a plan to actually hold this as an investment, or you're holding your silver to be able to turn a profit at some point down the road, super high premium silver, having a cavalier attitude about I just buy whatever I want can certainly hurt you. Yankee Stacking in particular talks about the high premium stuff as like an ice cream cone. And, just like when you're going to have dinner, you don't eat ice cream as the main course typically. It's the dessert. So your main course of silver has to be something different than high premium numismatic pieces, things, especially modern pieces that are being produced at super high premiums. But a little bit of that every once in a while is certainly okay. And the third strategy is the strategy that I primarily subscribe to, and that's being silver fluid. What that primarily means is I'm buying low premium silver from all over the place. If you're only sticking to one or two types of silver, you're missing out big time. And what I like to do is shop the deals. FindBullionPrices.com, I'll have a link to that in the description, is one of my go-to sites to be able to determine what the best prices for bullion are. Another great way to find the best prices is to go to your local coin shop and see what they have in stock. But with the way silver is right now, supplies are tight in some areas, it's more readily available in others, and you want to be able to get silver for the lowest premium possible. And we talked about in Strategy 1 how the American Silver Eagle is very liquid and it's easily recognizable. All of these items that I'm going to show you today are just as easily recognized when you take them to a coin shop. So your foreign government minted silver is drastically lower premium than an American Silver Eagle. It ranges between 21 and 24%, with the Austrian Philharmonic being the most affordable. And the Austrian Philharmonic is actually one of my favorite coins to stack. First of all, I just absolutely love the design on the coin. And it's also because it has such a low premium. And you can see they do tend to milk spot pretty bad, which is one drawback of the coin. But ultimately with these, you're paying right around the same premium for these as you would a silver buffalo, or maybe just a little bit more. And when you go to resell it, this is trusted bullion. Everyone knows what an Austrian Philharmonic looks like. It has its weight and its purity listed right here on the back. In that same vein, we've got the Australian Kangaroo. And you can see here, this is a 2021 Australian Kangaroo. And these coins are just absolutely beautiful. They're 1 troy ounce of silver. Again, it's government minted. It's trusted bullion. You take this to any coin shop and they're going to know exactly what it is. And you may only get spot back for them, but typically at the shops that I deal with, they pay a little bit of a higher premium when you go to resell government minted silver, even if it's not from the United States. So the Australian Kangaroo is a great silver coin to be stacking. Some other recognized and reputable silver is the South African Krugerrand. And these are actually struck by the South African government. And you can see here, it's 1 troy ounce of fine silver. You can typically get these for right around the same price as your Kangaroos and Britannias. And sometimes they'll put these on sale where you can get them for an even better price. And I absolutely love the Krugerrand. And since 2017, when they started making them in silver, I've been buying them. So a great example of low premium government silver that is going to add a lot of weight to your stack affordably. This next one is definitely one of my new favorites, which is the Silver Britannia from Great Britain. So this coin, they've basically added a plethora of different security features to the coin in order to prevent counterfeiters from basically replicating the coin. And because of that, it does make it a very trusted coin globally. And I've spoke about some of the anti-counterfeiting measures in some of the other videos, so I'm not going to go into that. But the Silver Britannias have been the coin of choice for many stackers that I know, primarily because of the price and also the fact that it does have all of these advanced security features that really leaves the United States in the dust. But the Britannia, again, this is one that you would definitely want to add to your stack as part of a silver fluid strategy, because oftentimes you can get the Britannias at a really great price. So now we get to the generic silver, which is a big part of this strategy. The silver bars, they range anywhere between 18 to 26.5% premiums as of the recording of this video. And you can get your silver bars in the 1 ounce size like this right here, in the 5 ounce, and in the 10 ounce. The 5 and the 10 ounce and the 1 ounce sizes are definitely the most recognizable, and they're going to be the most liquid when you go to resell them. And see, like this chunky Atmex bar here, this is a 10 ounce bar, just very low premium poured silver. And you can get silver like this very inexpensive on different sites. I got these on Atmex when they were running a deal. Again, going back to shopping the deals. And your silver rounds are even better. So if you're out there buying the traditional buffalo round, these are the most common. The rounds can have basically any type of image on them. Some of the rounds have high premiums, so you've got to watch out, but just your traditional buffalo rounds, they're going to carry a premium anywhere between 18 and 23% right now. And they're just straight up 1 troy ounce of silver. And even though this is not from a government mint, if you're buying it from a reputable source, you generally don't have to worry. And if you want to get your silver rounds tested, you can always take it to a local coin shop. If you go to resell these coins, these rounds, they're going to test them anyway to make sure that they're good. But generally with your government minted bullion, you don't have that problem because there's laws in place to prevent people from counterfeiting it. So the silver fluid strategy is the strategy I've adopted in order to add as many ounces of silver to my stack as possible. And once premiums start to come back down to earth on American Silver Eagles, once the U.S. Mint gets its act together, I may shift back to buying more American Silver Eagles. But as of right now, these are not part of my strategy. And coins like these are. Now, you might be thinking, well, Napoleonic Stacker, you haven't talked about the junk silver, constitutional. Well, taking a look at constitutional silver, first of all, it's becoming much more difficult to get your hands on it. More and more coin shops are sold out of junk silver anytime I go. And junk silver is a little bit tricky. So basically right now I'm seeing the lowest premium for junk silver is $26.24 per $1 face value. And what that ultimately breaks down to is 42.52% over spot. And it ranges all the way up to 58.49% depending on where you're buying it. And basically it breaks down to right at $36.70 per troy ounce when you're buying fractional junk silver. So you're paying a very high premium for the junk silver. And that can certainly be part of strategy 1, where you're buying the coin of your country. But right now, just like the American Silver Eagle, I'm not buying any more junk silver. At some point later on down the road, I'd love to add more to the stack, but right now it's just not feasible. But that's what I've got for you today. Share in the comments section what your strategy is for picking up silver right now. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe. And for those of you that have stuck around to the very end, I've got some extra footage of a trip I took yesterday to the mountains, and just to give you some beautiful sights to see. I hope you enjoy. Napoleonic Stacker here on the beautiful Blue Ridge Parkway, just taking in some sights, the beautiful Smoky Mountains. You can see just how clear that sky is. Absolutely beautiful day to go on the parkway and test out the new camera. Wow. Look at all that.